Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I feel like I'm out close. Lean back. Welcome to the den, man. If you're not familiar with the den is the best conversation on the entire internet. I'm gonna change that. I got a new tagline I want to use. I think I like a little bit better, but we'll get to that. But I'm your host, Ed Honcho, man. I'm glad that you can join me. We're gonna have a real good conversation tonight. And tonight, you may see a little bit of a different energy from me. Well, it depends on where you see me. If you're in the Discord and you know certain things that I get a little bit passionate about, you know how I feel. There's been conversations we've had on this channel. You know how I feel. Most of the time, I try to keep it cool and level-headed. But there's been a lot of idiotic point of views, I guess, being expressed on this topic. And if it goes there, we go there. But we'll talk about that. But today I want to do something different. And I'll mention this again a little bit. When we do open up the line or the Zoom room or whatever you want to call it, I want people who disagree with me on this because there seems to be a big divide. I don't understand why. So maybe somebody can enlighten me to this. You know, when I express my point of view, and somebody maybe can give me the opposite perspective, and maybe we can get some understanding. Maybe not, but we will see. But before we get on, let's see what we got joining us. All right. Yes, Discord is White Groups. First, shout out to Ruby Johnson. Welcome, the newest friend in the den. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I definitely appreciate it. So do the other regular den folk. You know, we always love to have new members in the community. Make sure you join us in the Discord to get really crazy. So I hope that y'all are there for this after the stream. We will have an after party in the Discord after this conversation. So make sure you're there. But I see the lovely Miss Sarah joining us. Mrs. Neat. Interesting. How are you? I hope all is well, Miss Meat. None Cannon, what's the motherfucking deal? AKA Memphis. Ruby Johnson, again, thank you. Appreciate the love. Vincent, what's the motherfucking deal? The lovely Miss Marie Lovely. How are you doing this evening? Let's see. The Baker Man in the building. Only one lie. How are you doing this evening, ma'am? Let's see. Naim, how are you doing this evening? And let's see. Beyond the Funny Nigga, what's the motherfucking deal? Make sure y'all stay tuned. You got another comedy special coming up soon. If you missed it, hey, well, just go follow his name, the same name on Instagram. Just saying your name. And make sure you go check that out, man. So read the Discord message, man. I'll check it out. Give me just a second. I don't even know what that is. Let's see. Nah, I just started home in the live like 5 minutes. I was gonna go early. Frankie, shout out to Frankie in H-Town. A super great follow on the gram. The Mark, Easy Money, what's the motherfucking deal? And there's this Heidi person. I have no idea. And Kate Maloney, welcome. Welcome to the den. That's all I can say. I will be honest, it's not for the faint of heart, but I hope you enjoy it. It's, you know, everybody's welcome. So let's be honest, man, right? Khia Bryant, 16-year-old lady, young lady. Didn't appear to be a lady in that video, but we'll get to that. I'm not gonna show the video on here because you know YouTube be kind of janky, which I'm not even gonna fuck with that. Like even if I did kind of break it down and kind of point things out. But so I'm assuming that you've seen it. If you haven't seen it already, it helps, but you know, I'm going to explain basically what took place in a few seconds. So the situation is this young lady, 16, her age started off like 14, 15, 16, but motherfuckers like, I say niggas be lying. Like niggas take stories. Like I told you like this 2 or 3 streams ago that there's this one nigga that gets all the fucking cop shooting information before everybody else. I don't know it. Nobody knows who he is. And he hops on Twitter, he hops on the internet, and he fucking skews the narrative before everybody else, right? And so the number kept on changing. So I think we're at 16 now. And again, I'm not to make light of this because lives are lost, but I'm gonna get to the point where it baffles me why people respond to the situation this way. So allegedly, she called. That's what the rumor at first. Then it's kind of changed. Somebody in the family called, and now they're waiting on the 911 call to find out who actually called, right? It started off, she called because girls were outside trying to fight her. Then it turned out that other people were trying to stab her, so that's why she went and got the knife. Just, I mean, like I said, the story gets skewed every time I hear it. But I'm gonna tell you what I saw, what I thought in just a second. So anyway, you have a situation where apparently some teenage girls are having an altercation outside of someone's home. Law enforcement is called by someone. Law enforcement arrives on the scene. Now, from this guy's body cam, which you see getting out of the car, is a fucking ruckus. It's a melee going on. First, you see some punk ass nigga like hitting some chick, like trying to kick the shit out of her. And then like as soon as that's like taking place, right next to the officer, you see this girl, right? And let's be honest, she's not the smallest little girl in the world. Looks like a grown ass woman, you know, when you were pulling up. She was, you know, a lot of stuff's going on. Did not look like a little girl initially, right? When everything's going on. Now, you see this girl drawing back, foreign object in hand. The officer fires, apparently with 4 shots. She drops to the ground. Everybody, oh, you shot her. I can't believe that. Okay. Foreign object in the hand is a knife. And she's attempting to stab another young lady who happens to also be black, right? Officer, of course, is white. Kind of looks like Rio. You know what I'm saying? Rio. You know, if you've been around here long enough. But there's a couple of things going on, right? And this is why I say I really want to get into it, because it's really crazy to me that how people respond to these situations. Anyway, white cop, 2 black people attacking each other, basically. Let's kind of like, you know, kind of narrow everything down, because the other people fighting and shit really weren't involved in this. I put it to you like this. The girl who was about to get stabbed was wearing pink. The other girl, let's call it Pink Girl. And Miss Bryant. If was my daughter in the pink, I'd fucking send that fucking officer a card and a fucking cake. I find out when his birthday is. And I go get him a gift card for a free car wash. Like, look, man, this is what I'm saying. This is like the prime example of the shit I'm talking about. Like, I mean, fuck all everything else. Let me just like get to it, right? This is the prime example of the shit that I be talking about. This is why niggas make me sick, and I get fucking sick and tired of like these conversations. And if you've been around here like a regular, you already know what it is. And like I said, I'm open the line a little bit if you disagree. I really want to hear from people who disagree with me. But this is the shit that kills me about niggas and this Black Lives Matter bullshit and all this other shit. And y'all, and I'm not, if it don't apply, let it fly. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all are speaking in general. I hate having that. I'm not clarifying all that shit. Y'all know what the fuck I mean. In all of this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? All y'all who are out there fucking supporting this dumb shit, right? How about Black Lives Matter? But we've mentioned them multiple times that the biggest threat to another black man, especially, you know, me or another black person, and however, so everybody in their own community is like that, but we do it at such a disproportionate rate, it's fucking ridiculous. So let's stop deflecting. Let's focus on the conversation. And so we're our own biggest threat. This cop pulls up, one black woman attacking another. That's what it looks like. Did he take a black life or did he save a fucking black life? Because you think that she was just gonna stab that girl one time? That girl in that point in time, Bryant, whatever, she was fucked. It was all over for her no matter what. Don't matter if she fucking did not get shot in that moment. She was going to fucking hurt that other girl very fucking badly. And it was going to be a wrap for her. Right? If she was the fucking one that called the police, why the fuck would you come out the house with a fucking weapon in hand, knowing that the fucking cops are on the way, right? We hear this BLM, they're killing gunners from down the street, we can't protect them, can't do all this shit, you hear all this bullshit ready to go. Like, why would you call the cops and then go outside and then participate in the nonsense, knowing that they're on the way? That's fucking dumb. First person they fucking interviewing and they talking to and you seeing all over the fucking place is her mother, right? Her mother, who she does not live with. She was in foster care along with her sister. So why the fuck are we interviewing the mom? If you couldn't handle her or take care of her or whatever you had going on, no disrespect or whatever, you're fucking irrelevant in this conversation. you were not a part of this conversation. You, whatever you fucking did at that point to look like, we need to talk to the people who were taking care of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like, obviously you're not doing something right. Obviously you're not fucking doing something right. So who the fuck wants to hear from you? You know what I'm saying? You put her in this situation. Obviously by not being an adequate mother, not having your responsibilities down, and we can sit and talk, well, what about the devil? Now, fuck all that shit, right? I don't want to hear none of that dumb shit. Like, she wasn't handling her business. She came and put her ass in front of this fucking screen and told my baby this, my baby just told me she made honor roll and doing all this other shit. Yeah, you look. And a lot of times, honestly, I don't even want to hear from the parents in these situations. They're going to give you a skewed view. Like, you're always going to give you a skewed view. Exactly, man. She was all about me. This bitch came out, look, my nigga. There's been a lot of shit. Okay? I've done a lot of shit. I got into a few scraps when I was young. And not these niggas in Braylon, wherever Braylon, and I'm disappointed in Braylon in the Discord. I'm going to get on your ass later on. But, like, had issues. Brought no knife to no fist fight. We gonna square up. We getting jumped. We gonna jump. It's like, it is what it is. Like, I don't have image now. If it's something different, it's something different, right? Like, if we, whatever, it's a different conversation. The bitch came out with a knife, intended to. Did you see how she cocked that fucking arm back? She was finna gut this bitch, my nigga. Like, she was not finna get off me. That was not self-defense. She was the aggressor in the situation. She was not beat. There was no self-defense in that. She was the aggressor. Looked like she was whooping like two bitches. Like, she was the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? When you pull up, look like a fucking grown woman beating up on some little fucking girls. And like I say, she was about to fillet that bitch. You can sit here and say whatever the fuck you want. You can feel however you want. Oh, they shouldn't have. Somebody black was going to die. It was going to be Khia, or the little girl in the pink, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand why niggas is mad. It is what it. LeBron James retarded ass. Okay? And I try not to use the R word. I really try not to use the R words. I don't know how YouTube feels, but I want to use it like a lot. But I'd be like, man. Like I'm saying, I just like, it's just, tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it because I'm tired of the motherfuckers hollering Black Lives Matter, right? Especially. This is when they run up to this situation. I'm tired of every article referencing this situation right before the Derek Chauvin trial verdict came in. This happened. Like, the fucking world don't revolve around Derek Chauvin fucking trial. You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a fuck? That's a completely different situation that ain't got shit to do with this. They ain't got shit to do with the other little nigga who was right up the street. Like, that's his own fucking... And that's the fucking problem. They keep feeding y'all this fucking trauma, and y'all keep eating this shit up. It looks like the on Obama shit could have been my son. The one I never had. Because I'm into some other shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of us embracing the ignorance. Like, this should have been a cut and dry situation, no pun intended. The bitch was attacking another bitch, and the law enforcement officer saved somebody's life. That little girl was bigger than that cop. Like, I don't know his official name. I don't know her. I'm just eyeballing it from the picture. 16, whatever you want to call it. She was bigger than that fucking cop, dog. So I'd have been afraid if I was that motherfucker too. I know people say, if you're afraid, you shouldn't do the job. And then, what else the fuck? Come on, man. Like, did you see the distance between the cop and, like, what else the fuck he's supposed to do? Launch out like fucking Mr. Incredible? Who's the one that stretched? Not stretch. Who's the Fantastic Four? Mr. Incredible? The motherfucker, was he supposed to stretch out and just, no, I got this knife? Like, what the fuck was he supposed to do? And if he'd have fucking let that little girl get gutted, guess what? See, fucking cops aren't trained proper enough to do the goddamn job. Understand why the fuck we can't fucking behave? If you're afraid, if you're genuinely afraid for your life, and she is actually the one that calls the cop, and I'm almost willing to bet, I'm not a gambling man, but I'm damn near willing to bet that when everything comes out that she's not the one that called the fucking cops. When that shit comes out, but nobody's going to recant that shit. You know, everybody put their fucking rhetoric out there already. If you're that afraid, if you're that fearful, you're not coming out of the house, right? Niggas don't call the cops, right? You know, that's the rule. So if it's to the point where you're so fearful that you're gonna call the cops. They mow us down everywhere we go. If I step my foot outside, I'm gonna get mowed down. If you're so fearful, why would you call the police? Right? Like but yet you came out with a weapon and said, and who is the bitch ass nigga? Like, apparently, I don't know, right? Like I said, it was a whole lot going on. But that bitch ass nigga looked like he was on her side. So who the fuck is this nigga out here fighting hoes? He's a weak motherfucker too, dog. Like, it's like, so I'm willing to, like, I'm automatically having a negative light cast on the situation. And again, it's fucked up, dog, because I believe all life is important. I'm not sitting there, I'm not an all lives matter person, but I believe every single life is important. I don't think your fucking race matters the value of life. But this is what I'm talking about when I say BLM and the shit is dumb. Because had this been a story where the cop showed up late and they just documenting this dead body after they chalked it on the ground after Bryant getting put in handcuffs because she didn't kill this other little girl for some dumb shit, right? This wouldn't be a story. You've never heard about it. You wouldn't know. Nobody give a fuck. That's just the way it is. But because this cop got here in the time that he did, I mean, the second that he did and acted the moment that he did, I mean, think about the timing. If you watch it, think about the timing of that. Had he been 3 seconds later, this would be a whole different situation. And there might be more bodies involved. So all I'm saying is this. All the niggas who are mad about this shit, why aren't you mad about the little girl who almost got killed, whose life was in danger, was seconds away from being taken, who's also black? No, you're only gonna be mad at one element of it. And this is what I'm saying, it's dumb. But again, it only matters if a black life is taken by someone who is not black. All right, this is the only time Black Lives Matter gets involved, right? So what does that really tell you? Is it the black life that matters or the color of the killer's life that matters, right? Because like I said, we dropping like flies. We popping each other on the daily. 3, 4, 5, man. And then who was it? The grocery store situation. It was a little nigga like, what is going on? Like, and I told y'all, well, some of y'all don't be in the Discord. We can't say, oh, that ain't nigga shit no more. We can't say, like, niggas, we just started doing all the shit we used to accuse of white people on. That's white people stuff. Oh, that's the only white people do that shit. Nigga, we doing all that shit now. We're doing all the white people stuff. So, like, we can't say that shit. Niggas shooting up shit, supermarkets and doing dumb shit, motherfuckers over stimulus checks and all this shit. So it's like, oh, we can't even use those phrases anymore. But like I said, with this situation right here, I'm curious as to what's going on, right? Mom's saying, oh, she done made honor roll. She doing this, that, and the third. But what is going on that the daughter has been taken away from, I think, her and the other one, that they've been removed from her custody. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they're still allowed to see her again. I don't know if that's going to come. I really don't know if it's none of our business, but I'm just curious because, you know, now you're in foster care. You got people, I guess, coming to the foster home in which you stay trying to fight you. Like, I'm trying to figure out how. Because if you all about peace, apparently you must have put an address on that shit. Like I get it. I know that there's quote unquote bullies and shit like that out there. I think they're necessary for a reason, but then we'll get into that. That's another conversation. But if you got issues at school, you know what I'm saying, and you're getting picked on or whatever it is, that tends to stay at school. Ain't no bully just gonna follow you home and knock you just to keep focused till they bored. They gonna go do whatever they do. They fuck with you because they see you. So I'm just not gonna sit here and believe that she was just sitting at her house and these mean girls just rolled up and just started a situation, and she was just this innocent, sweet little girl who just, hey, look, she was out there getting with it. Like, dog, I need to check the roster. We might have had an opening spot, you know, in line where she was hawking that little girl down. Like, it got ugly. Dog, it was finna get real ugly. Like, y'all don't want to see what would have happened had that cop not got there. Y'all upset and shocked by the fucking shit that happened after he shot her 4 times. Y'all have been way. You gotta understand, like a woman, when a woman's angry, it's a different type of anger, right? And crimes are strange, right? And what I mean by that, I guess, that's a better way of putting it. A shooting to me is impersonal. A stabbing is a very intimate crime. Okay? Because you're going to feel everything you're doing. And she had it in her mind, and you could see it in the body language, everything. She wanted to kill that girl. There was a lot of anger going on in that whole fucking scenario. Like I said, you got men kicking bitches, you got shit going on in the court. Like, it's a fucking melee. And the thing about it is the cop is there for a couple of seconds and nobody's stopping. So these motherfuckers is really wild out. Usually when the laws get there, what do people do? They break out. You so fucking mad that you don't give a fuck that you see the cops there, they right in front of you, that you still trying to fucking stab this girl. I don't know what else you want me to say, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you want this flayed? You want nuggets? Like, she was about to get gutted, dog. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, motherfuckers just act like this shit is like you can't see it. There were 3 people in this fucking situation. 2 people walked away because of the actions of 1. But yet, if them actions would have been a little bit different, like I said, you'd have had 2 bodies on the ground. Because then, if he'd have got there a little bit later, it'd have been something just a little bit later. She'd have been and gut that girl in a fucking permanent way. If it wasn't going to be some type of permanent damage, she's going to take her life, and that cop still would end up shooting her. So it would have been 2 bodies, then one. Then it would have been double outrage, right? I'm not mad at what that cop did. Like I said, if it was sketchy, we talk kind of more about the other one with the chick and the mistake. That's a little bit different. Like, again, but everybody, the parties who are responsible, again, like, run away. Like, we talk about all these things. But this right here, there's no, well, I guess if you don't stab somebody, you don't get fucking shot. But like I said, you got so many ignorant people like really trying to. I've seen fights between people, man, and I've seen people break it up. The fuck did you not see one person with a clear dominant advantage over another with a weapon about to penetrate their flesh multiple times? If you're willing to kill, you must be willing to be killed. I'm telling you, that girl wasn't afraid of all this bullshit rhetoric that they start. This is what they always fucking do. As soon as it comes out, where you start getting the real facts, it just blow up a bunch of bull. Oh, it was this, it was that. Bro, I'm telling y'all, when the details start coming out, you're going to see a whole different side of the story. I would love to hear the side of the girl in the pink. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she's traumatized to be, you were so close to such a situation. I wouldn't be surprised motherfuckers probably threatening her. This is the internet. Like, it's so dumb, like, for her just being there and then having nothing else to do with it, almost getting killed. I'm pretty sure she's receiving threats and shit. It's crazy, though. Like, we live in a fucking crazy world. We got crazy motherfuckers like that are validating this shit. I had some shit I saved. I don't know if I even still got them, because it was something I saw that was so egregious, and then we're going to get ready to open up the line. But like I say, I want the people who disagree. I want the people who say something different should have took place. There should have been a different outcome. Should have happened, and I want to know why and how you think that would be possible. I cannot see it. I don't want to do that. I cannot imagine. I can't visualize that shit. There's no fucking way. A knife to cut cake in the kitchen. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too. Like, like knock me out desperado. Like, here's my thing, man. You're a terrible person. Yeah. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. How are you gonna get I don't know, like we get to the point to the point where we don't want to have no fucking accountability for anything. Hey man, you ain't gonna let me take somebody's life, man. You gonna take my life before I can kill them? What kind of bullshit is this, man? I thought this was America. You're trampling on all my rights. Shit, I wish I did though. I don't think I did. But yeah, man, like I said, it's a goofy situation. I don't understand. Like, this is why I say, man, you have to separate. You have to pay attention, close attention to who you fuck with. You have to pay close attention to, your associations, because I cannot affiliate. Can't affiliate with, like, if you think this, like, if you really think that this was a racist act, like, I need explanation. Like, I need you to prove it. Like, again, and like I was saying earlier, I didn't really go into it. LeBron James, dumbass, tweeting a fucking picture of the cop talking about you're next. Look what the fuck you did in the first. Like, what did you do, LeBron, to help anything? Like, really? Like, y'all really think fucking painting Black Lives Matter on the court is helping shit? Like, I was gonna say, y'all motherfuckers be fucking worshiping these idiots, man. And putting these people on a pedestal. Like, again, like people for what you like them for. Basketball players dribble basketball, shoot hoops, dunks. That's all I care. I don't want to hear your fucking political opinions. LeBron can't read. Yeah, I said it. Um, I really wish I'd have saved that fucking thing I saw. And I probably did, and then just mislabeled the fucking folder. I do stuff like that on occasion. Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, cool. All right. This is the tweet I saw today that set me the fuck off. And then, oh, and I had a picture for y'all, viewers who didn't see it. So I didn't put the video up. So if you hadn't seen it, let's talk about this, right? Bam, I've got to have this right here. What are you supposed to do in this position? What can you do? What are you supposed to do? Right? Like, right now, what do y'all think is finna happen? And let me make it a little bit better so you can get more of a better visual right here. So you can actually see the full, a little bit better context of the picture. All right, here we go. So as you can see up here, this is the cop's arm right here. Like, what is he supposed to do? Is he gonna dive? Is he gonna dive and and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to figure it out, right? That's a good few feet between. You see plenty of green. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just eyeballing the shit. You know what I'm saying? White man can't jump, right? So I don't think he can make that leap. He's got to shoot. I'm not mad at him, right? So again, that chick, look at her right there. That's a 16-year-old girl, okay? That's a 16-year-old girl. Now, coming to a scene with limited information, and you see this shit right here, it looks like a grown woman trying to fucking take out a little girl. You know what I'm saying? Shit, she got the 2022 snap. All right, so now let me pull up old buddy. Right, this is her. This is the guy right here that just kicked somebody. This motherfucker just kicked the shit out of somebody, a female. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch has stabbed somebody before, bro. I know y'all wrong. Like, don't say bitch. Man, look, when you get to the point that you can take somebody's life, you everything. Look, when you a killer, you just gotta deal with it. Let me see. Let me pull up the other photo. Right, that's her. Let me find the officer. Right, and then I'm gonna show y'all this tweet that I told you just really grinded my gears today. This guy. Look at this guy. So, as a grown man, he does not have the physical capability to get with that 16-year-old girl. That is the cop. That's real top. Bryant, AK, Rio, wherever he's at. This is how I imagine Rio at work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, wherever you're at, Rio. Yeah, I'm shooting shots at you. So this is the cop right here, right? Now, if that girl and this cop, if there was no knife, guns, anything involved, and they had to go toe to toe, I'm putting my money on the little girl, on the girl. So there's fucking weight classes for a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, I don't know what he was expected to do in a situation like this. Okay? All right? And he knows where his taser is. And again, I don't think the taser was gonna stop shit. Like, I know people, oh, you should have tased her. Nigga, that's not a risk you could take. You know what I'm saying? That was not a risk you could take because you see it all the time. Motherfuckers hit them tasers and that shit don't work. Especially bigger people. That shit tends to work not as well on them. You know what I'm saying? And so here, let me actually put this on the, make sure I put it out of the box so you can see the whole thing. All right. This is the type of shit I'll be talking about. This is why I say, like, these are the people that they validate on Twitter and get these blue check marks to. And they say the dumbest shit. Like, if you say dumb shit, you get, that's like the easiest way to get your fucking blue check mark, fella. Just say a bunch of ignorant shit. These are like people who don't, these people, you know, like, I'm not one of those conspiracy theory lizard people type people, but sometimes people say things that make no sense. And I just wonder, maybe there are some others among us who just not, they don't have the ability to just to fucking have common sense to put two and two together. So it's like, to them it's foreign. And so they say these crazy things. Their comprehension is discombobulated, you know. Anyway, teenagers have been having fights, including fights involving knives, for eons. We do not need police to address these situations by showing up to the scene and using a weapon against one of the teenagers. Y'all need help. I mean that seriously. Bitch, you are the one that needs the fucking help. You wrote this at 12:30 in the fucking morning and thought this shit made fucking sense. You're either drunk or delusional or smoking good dope. I don't know. It was, I don't fucking know. It was the end of 420. She might have been puffing that good. Maybe she wasn't. Her comprehension was up. Because this shit don't make no fucking sense, bro. There's no validation. You got what you gonna dance fight? You know, what is this? A Michael Jackson Bad video? Like, what the fuck do they think is going on here? Like, this shit is crazy. Like, people are dumb. These are people who have not. Ask this bitch how many knife fights she's been in. I'd like to know how many knife fights she's been in, especially as a teenager. That's what I'm saying. The shit is fucking retarded. And people, like, this is what I'm saying. You give these, I don't know what you call these black people who have these opinions that they just never lived amongst the rest of us. Okay, they're I don't want to call them elitist. I don't know what you want to fucking call them, but they're just, something's not connecting, right? And all they see is that person has the same skin color as me, and they got killed. They're not looking at any of the context of the situation. Nothing. And like I said, I'm baffled. I'm fucking baffled. It blows my mind. All right, picture, get out of here. You've done your purpose. I just don't get it. I can't comprehend this shit. And it continues to happen. And then, no, you keep saying I'm open. So I'm about to open it up. I think I am. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm doing one or two things. Oh yeah, let me see this. We got one or two things happening. I keep forgetting to fix this setting every time I get on this deal. That's the one thing I forget because I only see it when it's actually live. All right. Let me see. Now, if you want to join via Zoom, that's the link. Or, like I said, you can call that number. It works somehow, some way. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Something like that. It may answer, and then you may get put into a room or something like that. We'll figure it out. But again, I only want to talk to people who disagree. Like, I only want to talk to people who feel like this was an unjustified shooting. I only want to talk to people who feel like the cop was in the wrong. So you can either, like I say, hop in through the Zoom meeting and call that number. It does some little thing, click some buttons, and you can be a part of the conversation somehow, some way. Nigga, you want to go on a Discord. See what I'm saying? You got me going to Discords and shit. That's what I want to know too. It's like, there's so many questions. And again, Mom was able to get there quick. You know, when the cameras were there, you know, where were you when it was necessary? What? Again, I got questions, man. I got a lot of fucking questions. Broderick's in the fucking thing. Shut up, Broderick. I don't want to hear nothing. Let me pull up this Discord, see what you're talking about, DeMarcus. It's the wrong chat. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see. Yeah. Shout out to Vince. Yeah, exactly, Vince. Shout out to Vince. Vince had a great message. I'm gonna read this real quick. And he said he's glad he's doing the time. He said he was telling his wife that she deserved. He says he tried to kill someone in front of a cop. People forget the cops were responding to a call of someone trying to stab someone. Exactly. They don't know who, but that was the distress call. Also, when the cop pulled his gun, he saw the man kick the girl in the head. That's why he pulled his gun in the first place. Then he saw the girl go for the killer blow. It was justified. Mom said she was about peace. However, that did not look like peace to me when you're trying to kill someone. Absolutely. Look, a real person about peace is that a turn the other cheek type person, right? A real person about peace would have called the laws and really stayed in that house. Would have never went in. I have a hard time believing that the mother little girls just bogarted in the house and drug her out or any of that shit. That's a good one. That's a good one, Kate. That is over. I wouldn't be surprised. Like in this day and age, like here's my deal. What kind of fucking beef does a 16-year-old girl have that she's willing to kill over? You dislike my photo on the gram or something? You didn't me like you not follow me on Snapchat? I mean, is that where we're at? What kind of beef does a 16-year-old girl have that she's willing to kill over? I agree. So I said, I didn't even think about that. Shout out to you ladies. I would have never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And again, like I said, you got these idiots out here pushing it. Oh, they leave so much. She called the cops. When they arrived, they shot her. Black Lives Matter. Like, you're not gonna, what the fuck? You're not gonna talk about the knife? Like the most critical, like the most critical situation, the most critical part of the whole thing. What if it wasn't no knife? Then I'm pretty sure everybody, except for that dude who kicked the bitch in the head, was probably at home now, minding their own business. But you know, instead, let's just blame the cop for doing his job. Now, I guarantee you this. Had you flipped that script around, that would have been a white person about to step, it would have been hip hop parade. Had it been flip the script, you can flip the race of the other two players, and it's all a different conversation of the cop and the little girl. It becomes a different conversation. Like I said, people are so dense now. All they see is fucking skin tone. All they see is the fucking your skin color. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter about your character. Doesn't matter about your beliefs. Doesn't matter about, you know what I'm saying, like your accomplishment. None of those things matter. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson lied. Said it doesn't matter if you're black or white. It absolutely does matter now, in the media at least. But what's going to happen, and this is what I said was going to happen, and I'll finish my spiel after this, and I'm going to open up the lines, or if anybody wants to call in, I'll answer between then. Start noticing, though, and I think, you know, the racial aspect will definitely be there. They'll definitely capitalize on the racial interactions the best they can. They're going to target those. But look for the media to start highlighting every shooting with multiple entities in it. Black, white, green, gray, doesn't matter. Because, like I said, they have another agenda that they need to start pushing so that other things can fall in line. And I'm starting to notice it. Like, I usually don't be Mr. Big Agenda crazy stuff, but I'm just, it's wild. I think that this year you're going to start seeing a lot more shootings highlighted, even in cases that normally wouldn't have been brought up in the past that probably should have been. But they're going to talk about it a lot more. Anything involving gunplay will definitely get a lot of, or is going to get some TV time. I find it very unfortunate. But again, here we are. Another youth life lost, and that's the sad part. You know, we talk all this shit, I'm talking all this shit, I'm saying all this, but let's get real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here advocating for anybody to die unless, you know, you're causing harm to others, you know, you're the vulture, a parasite, something of that. But this is one of those situations. Like I say, you know, like I don't get it. Again, it proves it perfectly to me that black people don't care about other black people hurting black people. So it's not about Black Lives Matter. Black people just want to be mad that white people are doing things. Like, I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Like at this point, I'm tired. It's white man everything, white man everything, white man everything. White man ain't doing shit to y'all, man. Like at this point, it's so deeply ingrained, it's self-inflicted. Nobody got to do shit to it. We do it to our fucking selves. Like at this point, there's no evil cabal of white men to know how will we get these niggas to listen and be a young boy and continue to ruin themselves. No, nigga, we doing it to our fucking selves, though. Like we just out here, like you know, what I mean, it's just it's fucking ridiculous, nigga. Like you know, because it's just I'm not even gonna go down that road. We're gonna keep it on Micaiah as much as we can, um, and it's just like I'm sad for. I'm curious to if her sister was there, whether one of the other girls that was there was her sister. I just really like to know the origin of how this all took place. I'd really like to know the root of this and what this was all over. You know what I mean? Um, because, like I say, was it? There's nothing that you can tell me that this started over that was worth anybody losing their life. But the same thing that this was started over wasn't worth anybody getting stabbed over. You know what I'm saying? Probably wasn't even worth fighting over. But here we are. Um, yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned it. Okay, because I want to talk about that. I did want to talk about those other couple of incidents. The one with the 7-year-old, right? I didn't look at real deep into it. I just it's one of those stories that you already know what it is. Again, as long if it's a nigga killing nigga, we don't care. We don't care if kids get killed. I want to say like sometime last year in Chicago, a similar situation. I want to say like a 9-year-old got killed. It happens all the time. Nobody cares. We don't talk about that. Like we can't talk about. Don't talk about that. Somewhere halfway across the country, 3 months ago, that cop shot a black guy. Let's talk about that. No, let's talk about the shit that's continuing to happen in your neighborhoods all the time. This asshole, like, I don't feel bad for the daddy at all. Dude, scumbag. Like, my heart just it's I don't know, man. Like, I'm feeling like I'm callous because you start hearing too much of this shit. Stupid motherfucker was posted right before he went out. I was probably downstairs waiting on me now. So you know you got motherfuckers out there looking to get you. I heard something about the car was used in a drive-by, or they believed it was a car used in a drive-by. But again, nobody talking about, oh, somebody else did it. This nigga tweeted himself, right? The ops probably downstairs waiting on me right now. Means that this nigga done did some dirt. And you go and pick your little girl up. Like, you having this kind of feeling, but you think, all right, well, I'm going to just go get my little girl. Like, what did you think the fuck that was going to do for you? Like, now that's not going to save you. You putting her in a dangerous situation. Your fucking actions have consequences that impact the fucking people around you. But again, nah, we don't want to talk about that. Let's ignore that. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking baffled. Like, I'm just baffled by the ignorance. Like the numbers, you want to talk pure facts and numbers, but then when you start talking to niggas about numbers, oh, that's the white man's numbers. Well, nigga, go get where your numbers at, nigga. Oh well, and it's just like I'm tired. I'm not, I see people being black in America is so exhausting because no, the exhausting thing about being black in America is listening to other niggas in America talk this dumb bullshit constantly. And okay, like, yeah, let's address it. If there's an issue there, let's address it. But let's not look at this fucking minuscule issue. What's the saying? Looking at the stick in their eye or overlooking the log in yours, something like that. Like, dog, we offered each other like 50 times the rate the cops is doing it. You know what I'm saying? But yet here we are. There was another little situation in DC, I want to say about 2 days ago. Nobody's talking about. Little 13-year-old boy died, right? Like 13-year-old boy died. Went out with his friends, but his mama let him go out with his friends or whatever. Killed him. Wasn't nobody white. 12-year-old little boy killed him. 12-year-old little boy with a fucking gun, bro. Killed him. 2 young lives lost. That motherfucker going away, and this little man lost forever. You know what I'm saying? Can't you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I see that. But so far, appreciate the love. Shout out to Strong and Grand. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like these kids nowadays wilding out. You know what I mean? Like, and I appreciate the love. Shout out for the super chat love. Strong Grand. I see the nice green hue. That's what I'm saying. Like all these kids have been wilding out, man.
Black girl stabbed to death in Walmart by 4 younger girls. I bet you money she had wished a cop was there.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it. That's what I'm saying. So nobody so far doesn't seem like anybody has any uh any disagreements. Like I say, hey, if you disagree, I want you to call. You can get in via the Zoom, or you can call a number and get in via the line. Because I just don't understand. I've been seeing so many people justifying it. I've been seeing all these people trying to justify it and say, we should have, but yet nobody has explained it in a way that makes sense. Explain it in a way that everybody walks away safe. Explain it in a way that everybody all three people in that situation walk away unscathed. You know, oh, all of y'all are terrible, man. Exactly, Nick. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. If like I said, if that cop would have got there a few seconds later. All right, hold on. We got somebody calling in. Give me one moment. Let me see what we got. All right, hold on. Hello. Yes. Who we have calling into the den this evening? That sounds all right. I don't think it's too bad. Okay, yeah, I can hear that. No, yeah, you might want to cut it off.
Okay. All right. I'll talk about the girl that got shot.
Okay. Hold on one second. Let me make sure the audio is coming. For some reason, it doesn't. Let me make sure it's showing up right. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh. Actually, my audio actually might be off. Hold on. All right. Now I should do. Okay. There we go. Now you should be able to hear me a little bit more clearly. Okay. And now, what you saying? You said you had a question. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm still learning this doing. Okay, my bad. You said you had a question.
Yeah. Well, actually, a comment more than a question.
Okay.
Okay. I have I'm on the girls, somewhat on the girl side and somewhat on the cop side. So basically, I was thinking if he would have shot the girl, like her hand, because she had a knife in her hand, if he would have shot her hand, he would have ended up shooting the other girl in the process because the way she was positioned. But he also shot her 4 times. So I was wondering, maybe was he missing the first 3 and then he hit her with the 4th one? Or how did that work? Do you guys know anything about that?
I'm not sure how many hit her, if all 4 hit her or what happened exactly. But like I said, I do know something had to have connected. I think all 4 may have. But the thing with you saying maybe if he would have shot her hand, I think it's a real difficult thing to accomplish, especially in that moment. That's a small moving target, so I think that would have been very difficult. I think you're going to go for, what you can hit, center mass. You're going to go for the biggest target that you can connect with. So I think, him shooting her the way he did was probably the best option.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And if instead of shooting her hand, he had shot the other girl, and then that would have been even worse than shooting the one that was actually the one with the knife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it would have been like he was in a hard and rock place no matter what.
Yeah, I agree. I think no matter what happened,
yeah,
it would have.
He had to do what he had to do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I just thought I'd kind of put that out there.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. You have a great evening.
All right, you too. Well, thank you for calling in.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. So we'll be making stuff. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Hi, Honcho. This is T'Challa. How you doing?
Hey, T'Challa, what's the motherfucking deal? What's going on, T'Challa? How are you this evening?
I'm doing well, thank you. This is a very sad story. It's very tragic, but mainly because this little girl, nobody really gave a fuck about her. I mean, she was in foster care from my understanding. Is that correct?
Right, yes.
Okay, so where the fuck is her? Where the fuck was her mother? Where the fuck is her family? Where the fuck are the people who's supposed to care about this little girl? And I bet you all the motherfuckers gonna be parading all on the TV, crying, talking about how much they loved her and all this shit just to get in front of the TV cameras. Man, ain't nobody give a fuck about that girl. That's why she's dead, obviously. That's why she's so damn angry out there stabbing people and fighting and shit. That's the real part. And I haven't really surfed in that or anything other than the article I read earlier, but I bet you her mother is out there, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Have you seen anything with her mother?
It's the mom doing the promos. It's the mom doing the interviews now. Doing all that stuff. So of course, that's what you're gonna see. Now the mom is
absolutely ridiculous. That bitch should be embarrassed to show herself to the public eye.
I mean, I would be.
There is nothing in this world that would allow me to have over my motherfucking dead body. My daughter would be in the system. Literally. And even if I die, she still wouldn't be in the system because she actually has people and family who give a fuck about her. Yeah. That's why she's dead. She's dead because then nobody give a fuck about her at all. And that's what people need to be talking about, these trash-ass mothers and family spawning these damn kids off into the public so everybody else have to deal with them. And they're going to try to get money, and her family is going to try to get money and profit off her death. Which is sad. These motherfuckers, that bitch needs to go to jail. She needs to be responsible for it, the mother. Because if she was something, she actually would have been there for her child, raising her child and teaching her child how to be a upstanding citizen in this motherfucking community, being a good example for her daughter. So she wouldn't be out there like that.
Exactly.
Now that's my take on this whole thing.
I agree. And that's what I find it's baffling. But we see it time and time again. Every time one of these situations occur, you see all this family come out the woodworks, distant cousins, third uncles, and everybody has something good to say. But like you said, where were these people when this person was alive making bad decisions? Where was somebody to give old buddy a real 20 instead of trying to convince him to go take this counterfeit 20 into the damn store? Like, where were the people who really gave a fuck about these other people? Like you said, like they come out the woodworks when it's a tragedy, but where are they when they're alive? So I can't.
Nowhere at all. And about George Floyd, I'm just so glad that shit is over with. But I was so done with that comment that Nancy Pelosi made. I laughed. I watched that shit over and over and over.
Oh my!
Thank you for getting life. Oh my God, that shit is absolutely ridiculous. That shit is insulting.
Yeah.
That shit is insulting. Well, but how Black Lives Matter is exploiting these people to make money, that's insulting.
Yeah.
That shit motherfuckers should be mad at.
But they don't care. They like that shit.
But
niggas love to be pandered
to. Anyway, that's just my take. Another example of trashy ass Black mothers and how they don't raise their fucking children properly, and how these Black kids are neglected, not being cared for. That's where all this shit leads to. All of this death, all of this shit happening with all these kids killing each other, all this shit is because they have trash ass parents who don't give a fuck about
hashtag
them.
Team Jesus,
hashtag
Team Soldier for Christ, hashtag Holy Roller, hashtag Be Blessed, hashtag Christendom.
That's my take on that. And
hashtag Harold the Angel Sings, hashtag Bible Thumping, hashtag Bible Belt, hashtag Jesus is Lord, hashtag God Almighty.
Appreciate the love, 17. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna adopt some of these hashtags. I'm telling you, man, it's wild out there. Let me shout out to T-Top. It's always good to hear from T-Top, right? But when she does call, I always say some very insightful things to say. Man, look.
Real ninjas do real ninja shish. T.
Appreciate the love, Broderick. Shout out to Broderick Brooks, Brother Brooks in the building. But yeah, no one gives a shit. Oh, we seen that stupid ass tweet, LeBron. That's why, man, I told y'all, like, I didn't care, but I was done with that nigga LeBron with the Malcolm X book, dog. Like, nigga, that nigga still on page 3. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lame thing. Don't be a fake intellectual. Like, intellectuals are already questionable. You know what I'm saying? But don't be a fake intellectual. And you know what to do, don't read. All right, it's cool. Get the fucking audio book, bro. You're a busy man. You know, it's cool. It's cool. It's okay. Like, but again, you know, the puppeteer say, hey, LeBron, it's about time for you to make one of them statements, so go ahead and get on that. But exactly, that shit blows my mind. Make sure you hit that like button, all right? Make sure you hit that like button. If y'all new to this and not to this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. See, if you already subscribed, unsubscribe and subscribe again, goddamn. Look, shit, it's just join in the fun. And don't forget, like I said, after the live stream, we slide in the Discord. We have the after party where you can chop it up with all of the other Discord, or the other den folk in the Discord, so we can talk the craziness. Yeah, that dude there is out of there, man.
Nasty Nancy Pelosi and Mad Maxine Waters are the poster children for term limits and cognitive decline.
Appreciate the love, strong and grand. That's fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, man, like I said, it's just it's crazy, man. Like I say, it is crazy. Yeah, that's a good point. You got to be an upstanding citizen to raise, man. We can definitely tell her mom. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, y'all know me, though. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. Ain't no point in faking the funk. Like, you got better get. We're making the den great again. So we gotta take it back to our roots, right? Like, we gotta take it back to our roots. And my roots on this shit, I'm gonna tell you, when I saw the first picture I saw of anything to do with this whole situation was her mom with these fucking fake dreads, though. Like, and y'all know I got fake dread beef. Faux dreads is beef on site. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all be thinking that shit cool, but look, I didn't put in the work. You got to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? You can't just overnight it, and then you got these. You know, you got the hang time. That's beef. It's on site. So I see this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And like I said, at first, I didn't know the way that they were putting the mom out there. You had to catch some stories. Like, it took me catching some stories later in the day, actually, right before getting on, to see that, oh, she was actually in foster care. Because a lot of the stories, and that's why I say you got to really look at the outlet in which you're getting your information. There's a narrative to push. There are outlets that deliberately, so you try to zoom come, but it didn't work. The regular A3, I don't know, it should just download. I don't know if it did it with actually, I don't know if it does because it was on another call or not, but definitely try it again. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, let's run to Maxine and Nancy real quick. Maxine, Maxine just got charged with some shit, right? About with her husband, like something funding her husband's businesses or something, using some money for that has been reallocated. You know what I mean? GoFundMe rubbing their hands like Bird.
GoFundMe rubbing their hands like Birdman at all these BLM donations.
Shout out to Dan the man. I appreciate the love, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got more houses to buy. You feel me? They got more mansions to buy. I just hope I can go to one of the parties was live. You know, can I get an invite? Well, I ended up missing like some of them other niggas. I heard you were talking about us, Honcho. You think we're gonna allow you into one of our domiciles unscathed? But nah, man, like I say, it's a wild situation, dog. And like I say, but the reason that this keeps happening is because we keep letting it happen. We keep getting outraged. Like, I promise you, if black folks stop getting outraged about the bullshit and start focusing on the foundation and really looking at what it is, even like I don't know where Sweetberry at, but I'm gonna talk about it. Actually, I think I said it last time. She shared this thing, right? She said, no, it wasn't Sweetberry's thing. This was the other one. AOC. Let me talk about AOC. AOC stupid ass. Oh my God. She come out talking about some, after the verdict yesterday, because I was going to talk about the verdict. I'm just like, it is what it is. She comes out and says, Justice, this isn't justice.
Did you see the clip of Al Charlatan walking to his private jet before the Chauvin Verdict. What exactly does he do again to earn money? Airplane, airplane, airplane.
I don't know. He just shows up. He gets a check for, he like, you know how rappers, like rappers when they hit the club and they go through the walkthrough and they get paid for doing the walkthrough. When I walk through, I don't know the lyrics. It's a long time since I heard the song. When they get the walkthrough, they get paid to do the walkthrough. That's what Al Sharpton is the OG. He's the original. He taught the rappers the game. He's like, should I pull up? I do my walkthrough and I slide. And he be there for 30 seconds. You just get take some pictures. You know what I'm saying? You see the big head and all that shit. And then he did. And then niggas look, hey, there go cousin Al. Nigga head and got big. But yeah, but AOC thought, oh, this isn't justice. Justice would be George Floyd going home tonight with his family. If that was the case, there wouldn't be no fucking case, right? Like, so we wouldn't be talking about this at all. So that's kind of like, yeah, anyway. Justice would be Adam, yeah, man's name. It starts with L. I'm about to say something crazy, man. So maybe appreciate the love. Niggas say maybe we living in Babylon, maybe not. Man, let's talk about that, bro. We're gonna talk about it. I'm not a religious person, right? Right? I'm not a religious person. I grew up, and I've told y'all a lot of y'all have been around here.
Maybe we living in Babylon. Maybe not. IDK not religious.
And I tell y'all, I grew up Jehovah's Witness, right? Not practicing, not none of that, but there's a lot of things that I remember, going over and talking about, and certain things that I just see now that made me think just maybe I need to knock the dust off the Bible. But so she says about the young man, the young Hispanic, the kid in Chicago, right? Toledo. I don't know what I want to say. Adam Toledo. I don't know what I want to say to them. And talking about, well, he would be in bed, his mom would be in bed tucking him in right now. Stupid bitch. If his mom was tucking him in bed the night that he got shot, it wouldn't have happened. The reason that he got shot because his ass wasn't in bed at 2:30 in the fucking morning. You know what I'm saying? Like running around fucking with a 21-year-old that had no fucking bit. Like, what reason does a 21-year-old hang with a 13-year-old? There's none. There's no reason. Like, unless that's your cousin and you going to work for your uncle and y'all got to go do some shit like whatever, you ain't getting paid because your family don't ever pay you to do some shit. Come help your guy, boy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go move these trees. Move trees, lumber, logs, whatever. Anyway, we talk a lot about logs today. But like at 2:30 in the morning, what fucking 13-year-old is hanging out with some 21-year-old with a firearm? Whether he had the firearm, whether he was holding it for the 21-year-old, whatever. Fucking kid shouldn't have been out there, bro. Same shit a few weeks ago, like I said, the shit that happened with Miami, with the dude who fucking shot the 12-year-old in the face after he molested him. Fucked up story. That dude deserves to be fucking hung. But why is the 12-year-old out in the streets between 1 and 3 in the morning when they said the shit happened? Tyler said it when she called us these shitty fucking ass parents. You got the parents who care more about fucking getting likes on the gram. You got OnlyFans mamas. You got drama mama. You got daddy just doing all kind of bull, only going to get the kids just to pose for. Like, the kids are forgotten about. Like, at this point, kids are just left with the fucking electronics, and they just grow up with whatever YouTuber they find interesting. You know what I'm saying? Or they fucking, they learn from other little motherfuckers, and they just like, the parents do not care. They're not investing in the kids. They don't take time to study with the kids. They don't give a fuck about the kids' physical health. They don't have a sport. Like, they don't do anything anymore. Like, the majority, like, the numbers are dwindling. Kids' sports and shit, they're dwindling significantly. I know high school football, I remember last few years, they said it's different. Like, and I know people, concussions and all that. Like, no, it's because motherfuckers putting out these terrible kids. They fucking unathletic. They never go outside. Like, even back in the day, we had Nintendo and all that other shit, but like, it was cool. We played the game for a little bit, but we don't go outside too. We want to fucking do shit. A lot of times these only gun motherfuckers go outside is to fight. The only time motherfuckers is going outside to fight and stab people. Then motherfuckers getting mad when this shit is happening, dog. Like, there's no reason that within the last week, dog, that we have all these stories of little kids. And again, young kids, fucking 13, 12, 13, 16. Other little dude, young man, 20 years old. Young, dumb, impressionable. I was young, dumb. A lot of us were young, dumb. A lot of us are fortunate, you know, that maybe somebody saw something, we learned something, we found that change. Everybody don't get that. You know, some people just decide not to. But there's always the risk when you live in that lifestyle that something can happen. No matter what age you are. You know, if you out there doing, you know, dropping your nuts doing grown man shit, well, you don't get grown man results. Motherfuckers not gonna say, hey, wait, well, you're only 13? Oh, you get out of here. No, they're gonna lay you down. They're not gonna give a fuck. Speaking of that, did y'all see the video? Of it was, again, this is another story. I forgot what this was in. Was this in Louisiana? Or it was somewhere. And two little kids run up on this dude, look like a white guy by his truck, run up on this dude. You see the kid holding the gun, you know what I'm saying? The other little kid behind. The dude's like, hey, and he look, and he fucking slapped the gun out the little dude's hand, body slammed the fuck out of him. The kid dropped the gun, the other kid screaming like a little bitch. Now the tables done turned. Now you done turned into a bitch. Was it Atlanta? It might have been, I don't know where. It was one of them, he was someplace crazy. Niggas be acting crazy. Oh, somewhere, I don't know exactly, but I always believe wherever it was at, it can't be that far from MLK. But my thing is this, bro. It's just like, what the fuck is going on to the point where these kids, and that might, you know, I was gonna say, because I wanted to on Friday, I guess, give y'all a heads up. Like, so I was thinking about, you know, when Jason S called in last whatchamacallit, and displayed some of his talent for us in the den. So I was thinking about, hey, we'll do a talent show in the den on Friday, maybe, you know, let some people showcase their skills. But now I kind of want to talk about I think Friday we're going to talk about this mass influx of like shit that's going on. And it's not new, but it's crazy how it's happening now. What's going on? It just seems like it's almost seemed like every day this week it's been a major shooting. It's been some kids doing some shit. It's just been a lot of crazy shit. And like I said, I expect to see more and more. I expect to see the media putting more and more of it out. But the youth are the ones that bother me. Yeah, you should use it. Let's hit the link. It should be right here. Like I said, it seems like everybody's on the same accord. So, you know, if you guys are in agreement, then you can go ahead and you know, you can call in, since it doesn't seem like anybody's in disagreement. So those who are in agreement can either hit the Zoom link or you can call the number, and it should put you. Oh, okay, hold on. I did not even realize it was. I got two different windows, so I got to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, hold on there. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me now?
Hello.
No, good.
Hello.
Good. All right. Yeah. All right. Mr. John, how you doing there, Mr. John?
Whoa.
No. Well.
It's Javon X calling in from New York.
Mr. Javon X. Do you have any affiliations whatsoever with any predominantly black organizations? BLM and Nation of Islam, any of
them? I plead the fifth, but I'll just say I'm dressed in all black with a bow tie and eating bean pie.
All right. So, Mr. X, you know, a terrible situation. Mr. X, I'm thinking about damn Streets of Rage now. But a terrible situation takes place, you know, and it's very unfortunate. What are your thoughts on what took place with this young lady, Miss Bryant, and the law officer in Columbus?
It's very unfortunate what happened. But it you know, it's always unfortunate when somebody dies. Well, almost always when somebody dies. And it's even more unfortunate when it's somebody young. With that being said, it's disgusting how the media headlined this shooting. The officer literally saved the other young woman's life. That girl in pink, I don't know how old she is, but she was outmatched in weight, power, aggression, you name it. I mean, she literally curled up and gave up, and that knife was about to go right into her. And that was a big ass knife. It would have done some serious damage. So instead of the headline saying police officer saves young woman, it's white cop kills young black teenager. And it's just adding flames to the fire, fuel to the fire, whatever the fuck the saying is, that doesn't need to be added. You know, it's very tense times right now with the police and with how they police and what's going on and the whole Chauvin case. It was too much. There was no need to try and fuck with this one too. You know, and I mean, it was just I watched the video. I don't like watching those videos. I actually caught it by accident, and I was like, fuck it, I'm already halfway through it. It was disgusting. I mean, there was a grown-ass man kicking somebody in the back of the head while they're on the ground. And from what I heard, that's the girl's dad that got shot.
Really?
Yeah, so
Well,
have you seen the video?
Yeah, I saw the video. And I was wondering what his relationship was. I'm like, there's a connect. I know that they were on the same side somehow, but I wasn't sure what their relationship was. If that's her father, then it explains a whole lot. Mm-hmm.
So I've heard several people talking about the video, and they all said that was the girl's father.
Okay. Even
if it wasn't, it's still disgusting. But if it was the girl's father, it means you were there well before the cops were called.
Correct.
You know, I mean, a few minutes is well before. You had enough time to take the knife out of your daughter's hand. You had enough time to cool things down. You had enough time to, you know, you're a grown man. You're her father. You know, you could have cooled things down. And then it's just crazy because she did this and he did this in front of the cops, like within 15 feet of the police officers. You kick somebody gets pushed to the ground, a young woman, looks like a teenager. This guy kicks her in the back of the head. And then while that's going on, the girl who got shot charged the girl in pink, pinned her up against the car. It was literally halfway to stabbing her, had her arm in the air, wound back. And I'm just like, you know, it sucks that she got shot. It sucks that she died. But what did you really want the police officer to do? Let the girl in the pink die and the aggressor live? I mean, either way, somebody was gonna die, most likely, right? Yeah. Either the girl in pink was gonna die from the stab wounds, or the one wielding the knife was gonna die from a gunshot wound.
Shout out to Hollis. I appreciate the love. Mr. John, hopefully, if you don't mind, I got Mr. Dan here. I'm gonna bring him in because you were both gentlemen that I do value your opinions. So I would like maybe get us a good little group conversation going here.
All right, that sounds excellent.
Let me see here. Sure, Mr. Dan is in there. Good to mute himself. But yeah, absolutely, and that's kind of my thing too. Is that I don't understand where people thought that there is another option. You know, there was only one outcome. Well, two outcomes. You know, one body or two bodies. That's the way I saw it. You know,
right.
So I think that was the best possible situation. Mr. Dan, you there?
Hello, yes.
How you doing there, this evening, Mr. Dan?
Oh, I'm in the three-way. I'm with my dog John in there. I'm chilling, man. I was just laughing about all the silly shit I donated. I regret nothing. I'm supporting black businesses and I'm talking about shit. So you know, it is what it is.
No regrets. Okay. What are your thoughts about what are your thoughts about this situation, Mr. Dan?
Well, first off, I want to just get a quick plug for John's channel, John from NY. He has his own YouTube channel, so you have the time, go visit his channel. He spits a lot of real shit too, so I definitely agree with the majority of stuff he said. I can't think of anything I disagree with, but that's just me. I'm weird, so But besides the shameless plug, wow, man,
Dan, the
LeBron
check's in the
James.
mail, Dan.
You fucking right. It better be. Thank you. LeBron James, you see, deleted that tweet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Coward ass. I mean, no, stand on your convictions, right? You know what I'm saying? You saying you're next, and all that other shit. No, stand by that shit. What changed? You actually realized the facts of the case before you started popping your mouth, possibly, or had Twitter fingers or whatever the fuck people call it nowadays. That shit's amusing to me, man. He needs to get past page 6 or the index of whatever book he's reading, and then get back to me about some real shit. Because he's always stuck on like the first 8 of the book he's reading. Hop on Pop, Cat in the Hat, The Given Tree, which is a good book. He
might not even made it to the. He might still be in the Roman numerals. He might be in the.
See, he reminds me of Floyd Mayweather because he can't read.
No, goodness gracious, that's unfortunate.
And I'm sorry for laughing at that. Actually, you know what? Fuck him. He's a millionaire. He'll be all right. He can go hire a fucking tutor. Fuck this. I'm mad. I'm mad at shit. But anyway, John, I'm sorry, I'm being silly, but John, you're absolutely right. It's really sad when a child is killed in one of these incidents. I'm thinking of Tamir Rice. But when you start looking at other facts of the matter, I'm not justifying him or that Hispanic, I believe he was a Hispanic kid in Chicago getting killed.
Yes.
But Hispanic kid, he had gunpowder residue in his hands, and did he have a weapon? I don't even know all the facts about that.
He was near when they
Supposedly he dropped it a split second before he put his hands up.
Well, that's sad, man. I mean, but why was he out at 2:30 in the morning? I'm not trying to blame the quote unquote victim, but your ass should have been in the house. 13 years old, she been in the fucking house. What the fuck is doing that? And Chirac, you out 2:30 in the morning. Look, if the cops didn't do it, someone else would have. That's all I'm saying with that. But it's still sad that a kid got killed. And with the Tamir Rice case, he was waving a pistol around in the middle of day that had the red cap taken off. It wasn't a real pistol, obviously. It was fake toy gun. But some reason someone took off that safety cap, which lets people know he's playing with a toy gun or shit like that, So that situation was extremely unfortunate. With this one, you can clearly see her waving a knife.
Yeah.
Clearly, she was about to stab this girl. And a lot of people in the chat were saying the whole thing about, like it's unreasonable to ask the cop to shoot her hand. Like I'm thinking of Lethal Weapon 2 at the end when when Riggs hits that, I think it was the black one that whoever that Danny Glover was, that South African dude, diplomatic immunity, he shoots him in the head from like 50 yards away with a fucking revolver. This ain't a fucking movie. It don't work like that. Get the fuck out of here, bro. But I'm sad that girl got killed. But like I donated earlier, there's that one girl whose murder was live streamed in a Walmart, I think in Louisiana. 15-year-old girl stabbed to death. And like who stabbed her was, I think, a 14-year-old. And her other 3 friends was like 2 13-year-olds and some other kid. They're all younger than the girl that they murdered. Well, that one of them murdered. And they're in the car driving away from the scene, even though they own cameras and everything, recording their own crime, saying, fuck that hoe, fuck that bitch. Like, where did they get this from? Where? I blame Real Housewives. I mean, I don't know what else to blame. I don't know.
It's sad. It's sad because you got a generation that's growing up this way, and we're mid-30s, some of us a little older. Eventually when we get a little older, you're going to have a generation of people who almost seem completely heartless. When we were younger, we had respect for our elders. We cared about certain things. There were always fights and things like that, but we weren't live streaming murders, and I don't think people were doing kind of crazy shit like that. I don't think that me and my dad never had a tag team brawl against the neighbors or anything before. So but
I almost had one.
Oh, work.
Yeah, quick story. This is interesting. So it was me, my dad, actually, and both my brothers. So my dad had 3 sons. I'm the middle son, and we're at a 7-Eleven. We're working on something at like his office at a time. We're like working on some machinery and stuff like that. And we went to the local 7-Eleven. We're packing up for the day. And there are these 2 Mexican guys, and they're drunk as shit at like 4 in the afternoon. I guess living at a trailer park nearby the 7-Eleven. And one of them was hollering at the trying to holler at the clearly lesbian cashier, the attendant, and she's ignoring him. And my dad's next to line trying to get some coffee or whatever. And my dad's like, man, could you get the fuck out of the way, man, so we can pay for our shit? My dad didn't play no games. And the dude started talking shit. And then like me and my brother's like, what's good? What's good? We kind of swarmed him, man. Like, don't pull out no knives. We rocking shit. I'm telling you right now. So then his friend, who's a bit more reasonable, escorts him out. And then he like act like you're trying to come back in. I mean, my brother sitting at the front door like, come back in. It's on, bitch. So, and then they walked away. So we almost had a little squall, you know, with my dad there. It would have 4-on-2 though, man.
I mean, that's a little bit more understanding. You know, when people cross paths in public, you know, again, there's conflicts happen. You know, things like that. But like I said, you know, I got a question for both of you gentlemen though. Because like I say, all the early reports initially were saying that, oh, she was the one that called the police. But then, like I say, when the police arrive, she's out there rampaging with a blade. Do y'all think that that's going to hold true? Y'all think that she was the one that called police?
I don't know. I don't know if it is. Things are so fucking backwards, like I was saying. Things are so wild nowadays.
Yeah, does it really matter after seeing that video?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like what did she? I call first as she's swinging a knife for the girl's neck. Like it doesn't matter at that point.
But I'm just like, if that's the case, and you kind of set yourself up there. You know? I mean, that's important. Now, then too, like I say, now the story becomes much more confusing to me because y'all say if that's her dad there, where she's at, her mom's over here talking about in the interviews. Oh, well, yeah, I was. She was telling me how much she was looking forward to coming back to stay with me in a few weeks, and how she just made the honor roll, and oh, I love you, mommy. And I was like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Well, so if that's her dad, one, why do they keep saying she's in foster care if she's with her father? You know what I'm saying? That's a confusing situation. And then, you know, what's going on with the mom? And like I say, you know, she pulled up and she's, you know, getting all the attention on this shit. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. And honestly, dad needs to be in jail. If he didn't get arrested for that shit, like, and kicking the shit out of that bitch, like, he definitely should have. Like, you allowed, as probably the only man on that scene, he allowed all that shit to happen. Like, this is on him. Like, if that, like I say, is her father and everything, that her death is on his hands. Because he should have stopped all that shit. He should have had
you know what? I hate to laugh about this. You know what the most fucked up part of the whole video was?
What, man?
The little puppy was like the most well-behaved whole video. It was sitting in the girl's arms with the pink the whole time. The girl dropped it when she was trying to block the knife, and it just sat like police officers shooting. Everyone's kicking, screaming. Dog just chilling. Like, all right, we just lay down here.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm just like, oh my god.
Crazy times.
Poor dog is like, fuck it. He's just gonna have PTSD.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, see, there's some dogs. You can't even live with niggas. Goddamn, can't even be a pet for niggas. You're in danger, shit. Damn, it's a terrible situation.
And that was a big fall for a little puppy. That was like 5 feet up in the air. That could have broke a leg or something.
Yeah. That's what I say. Just that whole scene again. Like I say, it's crazy. There's really nothing to justify any of it happening. But you know, I guess I'm just curious, like I say, what led to all of this. I saw a few ladies in the chat said they probably believe that this originated over a boy. What do you fellas think?
Very possible. Very possible. The way some of these high school kids, their hormones are so wound up. There's another story. I always have these stories because it's conversations like this why I remember these stories, because they're end so fucking tragically. This happened in, I think, Lithonia, Georgia. There's video of course, all this shit's recorded nowadays. Bunch of black people out on the street fighting and arguing. It was 2 girls from high school fighting over some nigga, excuse my language, some dude. And then all of a sudden 2 other guys get involved in it. And all of a sudden someone's swinging a bat at somebody. And all of a sudden someone gets in the car and starts trying to run into people, hit some other cars. And there's like 8, 9 people out there. 3 of them are like over the age of 21. So these are 2 or 3 adult women are out there. And then one guy who's sitting in the house, he gets stabbed in the neck and dies. You literally see him running out the house, holding his neck. He got stabbed. His friend, I don't know if he got in the way of his friend or was trying to get the knife out of his friend's hand. His friend went to get a knife to stab somebody out there, and ended up stabbing his friend, and his friend bled out and died. All this shit's recorded. And outside of those 2, 3 grown ass women out there, everyone else was in high school or just graduated, or in between like ages like 18 and 23, except them 230-year-old women who should be fucking ashamed of themselves. They should have deaded that shit immediately. But they out there saying, you don't let them bitch talk shit at you on Facebook. Fucking hood rats. That's it. Hood rat shit.
The fucking niggas love drama, though. Like, niggas need drama. Niggas need drama and chaos. Like, niggas get nervous if shit is going too smoothly. Like, if shit is just too calm and everything is okay, it's like niggas out there that can't deal with that. They finna set some shit off just because it's just too calm. Like, I don't know. Something that they just, it's really an odd thing. Like, we talk about it in the relationship shit all the time when we in the Discord, but like, it's a thing. These motherfuckers, they gotta have drama. There's people who will fuck off a whole relationship because the relationship's nice, or you with a nice person, and because they're not full of bullshit. You know, like it's a crazy thing. I don't understand it, but this is where we are at this day and age, man. I don't know. I don't know.
So over under on when the officer resigns and when he's charged with some kind of manslaughter murder charge.
Well, this one might be different because going back to the George Floyd case, later on you found out that he had a lot of drugs in the system, and that he was resisting, and he was acting extremely erratic. He had swallowed drugs, all those other facts. But from the initial video, he didn't seem like he was that harmed, especially the video that was recorded that didn't record all his behavior before then. The video that someone recorded outside of the incident, that wasn't like the body cam from the cop or anything like that. But this case, you can see this girl clearly waving a knife. She wasn't cutting up carrots. She was trying to stab somebody, which will lead to death. So this might be a different story. But these days, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. It might be manslaughter charge. Who knows?
But the crazy, they said they didn't get a call from her or the number she was at. Oh, okay, that's what I tell you, man. It's that magic Twitter nigga who get all the fucking stories. Like I'm telling you, he just knows. I don't know who he is. I'm gonna find his handle. When I do, I'm gonna tweet him. But he gets all the stories and he just skews them all. So the mainstream media just starts running with bullshit ass narratives. She called the cops to protect herself, and she took a blade and they shot her. Like this motherfucker just like dog. Niggas be trying, like I say, just like old buddy. What was it? I had an air freshener and he got shot. Like, stop the fucking bullshit, dog. Like, stop fucking lying and stop saying this shit. Like, just all they wanted to do was just this one thing. And like, man, let's and that's why that's what they like. If people don't realize it, in my opinion, I think black people are fucking up the minds of other black people by pushing this bullshit ass narrative. This shit that, well, you telling everybody that you just getting mowed down, we can't do anything, we're all just like, you have people who really buy into this shit, believe this shit, and mentally immobilize themselves and really believe like the world is out to get you. And then the rest of us are like, really? Okay, we don't know if we're living in the same America. Like, I tweeted something the other day, right? Because I think, it was the being black in America thing was trending. And so I said, when I say, unpopular opinion, if you cut off the TV and social media, being black in America ain't that bad, And
shocker.
Yeah, and a few folks agree with it. Then what's the lady's name? Damn it. Yeah, Holly Robinson Pete, and I forgot what show she was in. The show. But
she was on 21 Jump Street. Yeah.
So she retweeted my thing and said, unpopular and untrue. One, I didn't know that opinion could be true or false. I thought it was just I thought it was an opinion, like I get to feel this way. It's kind of how I feel about something. I didn't know that opinions were based in truth all the way. But so it says this, and then I got fear for my sons 24/7, 365. Really? I'm pretty sure that she's well off. She's doing all right for herself. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they live in an area where, they're not being targeted for her. I'm pretty sure wherever she is and her sons are raised, that they're safer than in any urban environment that they could have grown up in. You know what I mean? But you said, I'm worried about the cops. Like, no, you're not. You're not worried about the cops 365. No, like if anybody says that, they're a fucking lie. Like, no, you're not. Like, again, I don't know. But it's like, again, people get themselves washed with this mentality. They start believing this shit. They start spewing this shit. And they push this rhetoric to other people, again, who have no interaction with police whatsoever. But now they're fucking shaking in their boots. They're fucking afraid that, they're out to kill me, that they start thinking so stupid that you see another black person about to kill somebody or about to do serious damage and harm, but because a cop intervened, it was racist. Like, not the fact that somebody's about to die here, and somebody else is going to go to jail forever. No, he's racist because he stopped a black person from doing something. Like,
you know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Honcho.
No. That was about it.
Okay, well, two things. One, to child like that's hang on Mr. Cooper. Yeah, she eating good off that hang on Mr. Cooper money, and that John Depp 20 Jump Street money. She ain't eating good off that. I'm sure she get royalties from every time there's a rerun. So she to log off, sit her ass down. She had to look even more. You'd be like Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley, when he started being more concerned about these hoodlums out here when his daughter got shot in Texas. Remember that shit? And she survived. Thank God she survived. You know what I'm saying? Because the police ain't done as much damage as these thugs out here. Not nearly as much damage to the black community.
No.
Numbers alone, much less, all the drugs and all this other shit. But I understand, got to get in where you fit in. And, got to make some money. I mean, do what you got to do. But just.
Yeah, they were saying there's over 4 million police interactions between black people and police officers per year, I think it was. And there's less than 250 black people shot by the police per year. So if you do the math, it's a percentage of 1%. It's like a fraction.
That's just
so I know what I was gonna say now. I know it. And I was thinking this last year when the riots first started, and there was actually a person in the den. I'm not gonna mention this person's name, but I had an argument with this person in the Discord about policing, and this person was saying that. I'm trying to give them justice in terms of what they're saying. They're killing us. They need to reform police, defund the police completely, Then I said, okay, then the cops should just stop showing up to these calls. Simple as that. And just give y'all a year and see what happens. And then this person got offended when I said that. And I'm not saying that, but bro, you just said that. But I just said, okay, I'm not gonna argue with this person anymore because it's spinning in circles. I'm not gonna change your mind. You ain't gonna change my mind. So we just gonna just rock out like that. And it is what it is. So I think that needs to happen. Look, just somebody's got to stop showing up these calls, man. I'd rather eat shit for not doing my job than eat shit for doing my job. At this point.
Yeah, and actually, it's just and again, like I say, the police, they took the job. They know what comes with it, but it seems like every day it must be more and more difficult for some of these people because, like I said, like a situation like this, to me, completely justified, but you have a contingency of people who just determined to ruin it. And I'm glad John came with the numbers because I was thinking about that I'm like, I don't know the number, but I'm like, as many times as cops deal with niggas every day, and if they're sitting here mowing us down like that, then it should be in the tens of to hundreds of thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm glad, like I said, with under 250 and 4 million interactions again. And it's a few of these, and we see in every one of these instances where, almost every one of these instances, where it's, okay, well, there's a way you probably could have got out of this if you'd have handled this a little bit differently. And then let's not talk about this, and then I'm sure there are ones that are included that are fully justified. Let's not act like niggas don't ride around strapped. Let's not act like niggas don't get into shootouts with the laws. Like, it happens. So, I get tired of this angel narrative of every person that died. Like, they were just so sweet and innocent. This could have never been a situation, and I just want people to be real. Like, just be completely real about it. Hey, you know what? Because that's the best way you're going to get over all the dumbass thinking and all this fucking emotional response to everything. Hey, this girl was about to take the life of another girl, regardless of how this shit started. When he pulled up on the scene, this is what happened. You need to be holding the fucking dad accountable because he's a fucking scumbag. Apparently, he's raised her poorly. If he's has a big influence in her life, there's no way she was a girl about peace. But like I say, motherfuckers die. Motherfuckers get to just saying some anything, though. Like I'm telling you, if something happened to me, don't be saying nice shit. Don't be making up no bullshit about me. And he used to say that she saved 4 little children from drowning one time, and don't be making up no lie. That nigga was an asshole. He didn't make sense half the time. He's always fucking late. Like, tell the fucking truth. Like, I don't even fucking trying to sugarcoat my legacy on some dumb shit. Especially if I do something dumb. If I do something dumb and I get taken out for it, say that stupid ass Honcho. Like, what the fuck? Like, be real about it. Like, let's be legitimate. I don't plan on doing nothing dumb, but I'm just saying, if it ever does happen, like that's my only request. Be honest. Don't go sugarcoating my legacy. So, but yeah, like I say, man, it's unfortunate that all these youth, all these kids are getting caught up in these situations, man. I mean, is there? Like I say, this situation is hard because there's no solution. I don't think there's anything different you could have done in this situation whatsoever. So, like, again, I don't know. You can't please people. Like that's the thing that I guess kind of baffles me because, like, what else could you have done to prevent any of this? There's nothing. The only way that this could have been prevented is just the only man that was on the scene wouldn't have been out there fighting young people. Like, it blows my mind more and more because this is your dad, right?
Yeah.
So he has to be at least in his 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And he's out here fighting other little high school age fucking girls with you, though. Like, throw that nigga in jail. Like, he's a piece of trash. Like, he's scumbag. Like, look, and I get it. And I get it too. Because a lot of times, and I'm not, let's just throw a hypothetical out there. You know, I like throwing out hypotheticals and fucking shit. So let's say she was a girl about peace and she was all about that. There are always those parents, especially in the hood, that are always encouraging their children to fight. Don't be no bitch. Don't be no punk. You better get out there and fight. And I'm wondering, what if it was a girl who was so fearful of fighting that somebody's gassing her up to get out of here, and then, you know, that you do create a scenario like this. Either way it goes, that dude should have been a man and said, you know what, this ain't it. Nah, we're not doing this here. We're not going to do this today. Whatever issues y'all got to handle, you know, it's a different way. But because motherfuckers love drama, love all this shit, some of this is what the fuck you get out of it. So,
Honcho.
Yo.
You know, I just thought of when you said like he should have been a man and stepped in and whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of all the YouTube content creators that are going to be making videos about how this particular man who was black did not step in to protect a woman. It's gonna be disgusting.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I hope they taking a role with it. Just run with it. I want the backlash. I want all the fallout from this shit. Just more drama. I want the drama now, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I want some drama too. Niggas love drama, goddamn it. I gotta start embracing the more niggerish side of me. Give me some drama. So let's have some YouTube fallout. I'm finna cross YouTube MLK. I'm gonna go to Black YouTube, see what's going on. Starting shit with motherfuckers. They run back across the block. And I'm on this side. I'll call laws on your ass. I call the YouTube police on you. Shit. Don't have no knife. It's over. But nah, man. It's like I say. It's just a situation. Now, like I say, it's just unfortunate. It's fucked up. And like I say, he should have killed all of that from the jump. And we have no story. Like, you got bitches coming to the house trying to fight your daughter or whatever the fuck you got going on. Like, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. And like I say, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. But I was just saying, and you know what? And I don't mean to, you know, make things sad about talking what I'm going to talk about, but like these activists, these Twitter revolutionaries out here fighting the white man and, you know, trying to save black people, mainly black women. Don't give a fuck about black men. I think that's apparent at this point. You know, they if they were as passionate about the kids who's sitting in the back of the car getting shot in the drive-thru at McDonald's, then I'd listen to them more.
No. Yeah.
Then I would. But they're absolutely silent. You don't hear shit, not a tweet, not a Facebook status, not an IG story, whatever the fuck social media fuckery is going on nowadays. I don't give a shit about that. I don't hear nothing from these motherfuckers. Roland, what's the little stubby, chubby looking? He looks like the Black Mario with receding hairline. Who was that dude? Roland Martin? Yeah, Roland Poly Martin. His fat ass.
No mono go fo show bro.
I don't hear shit from him about them. These kids getting murdered. Nothing. I don't hear a goddamn thing. So until they start talking about that, I'm just going deuces on that shit, man. I'm sick of this shit. And then they said, what you doing about it? Well, I'm not killing kids for one. I'm not raising bastard children for one. Well, by bastard children, I mean, I don't have kids out here I'm not taking care of because I don't have children. That's how I help the situation. I don't contribute to the problem. That is a part of the solution. People like to ignore that, but whatever. I think the solution, it's generational. It took generations for this problem to get this bad. Starting in the 60s and 70s with the degradation of the Black family unit by Well, that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's conspiracy Negro shit. So I'm gonna leave that alone. It started with degradation of black family, and then thug culture became popularized and things of that nature. And this is the monster we're dealing with now. A generation of children who I think Louis put it 15 minutes of fame on social media is worth doing life in prison or getting killed. And not just black kids. I see all sorts of kids doing dumb shit just for like what was it like it was like taking a bunch of pills challenge, and some of these kids died because like the liver shut down and shit. This is bad times, man. The validation.
That's crazy. That maybe I need to we need to start like a read a book challenge or something. All you gotta do is throw a challenge at the end of something, people will do it. You know what I'm saying? Like let's figure out a good something we can throw a challenge on, and maybe we'll get some social progress out of it. Yeah. Fucking Tide Pods and fucking all this other crazy shit. Yeah, but that's the thing too. Because we was talking about that. Like I said, we've been on that's the thing. If you're not in the Discord, I'm telling you, I gotta get in the Discord. We have some great conversations in there. But like we were talking about these little things, like you got a good point there, Kenny. Like the youngsters don't want to listen to the elders no more. Back then we listened to, the older folks. We listened to those who had something to say. Now it's all backwards because everybody, wants to validate youth, even old folks. Like we got grown people who are trying to validate the fucking youth, and it just doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? All right.
Yeah. I just don't know where this came from, man. I don't know. I'm guessing you're just getting too old for this shit. I think that's where I'm at mentally. I'm just too old for this shit.
It's a new generation. It's a new generation.
Yeah, yes.
Can't tell me none.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, because I had my time when I was wilding out. I was acting foolish out here doing dumb shit. And I got lucky that I lived through that. But a lot of kids don't. A lot of people don't. A lot of people end up in prison behind doing dumb shit when they're younger, or end up dead, or possibly in a wheelchair. God knows what else. Just the amount of shit that can happen by just being stupid. It can change your entire life. I agree. And I understand the youth have a right to wild out, stuff like that. But some of the shit they're doing is just insane. And maybe when older people try to warn them, it's not because we lame, we don't want y'all to have fun. It's like, man, you got to be careful, because if you're going to engage in dumb shit, at least do it. If you want to be bad, be good at it. How about that?
Theodos, do you think that it's people are doing more shit now, or we're just seeing it better because we have all the social media and technology now and cameras?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. I think that we see it more, but now because we're seeing it more, other people are doing it more. Now you have more followers who are emulating the people. Let me see. We got two more folks who want to slide in.
Two.
All right. Well, I think this is might be Mr. Wingless. Let's see where we can get it in.
Damn, the old man strong. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm old, man. Shout out to Lockbird, man.
Shout out to Lockbird. Okay. Yeah. Again, make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all new to this. Hit that subscribe button if you're true to this. You should already be subscribed. If you ain't, then unsubscribe and resubscribe. Goddamn. Wait, what's the motherfucking deal, man? I don't think your audio.
Everything all good. I'm unmuted. I think I'm unmuted, bro.
Okay. So, man, what's your thoughts on this situation with the young lady out of Columbus, man?
I mean, I what you talking about, the little girl that just got killed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, I mean, I ain't surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't surprised. I mean, bro, like dogs in the street, bro. To these motherfuckers with badges. I mean, what else is there to expect? I mean, it's the regular scheduling programming. And as far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this shit ain't nothing new.
But in a situation like that, like, what else could they have done to prevent that?
Well, what's the full situation so that I can understand? Because I don't want to be biased either way. You know what I'm saying? Give an honest assessment of what's going on.
Let me see if I still got the picture up so you can kind of.
Because I see they said like the girl had a knife or some shit, but I heard she was getting jumped, so I can't.
Man, she wasn't getting jumped. She was the aggressor, nigga. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh, really? Oh, she was.
Yeah, nigga, people. That's what I'm saying. You know, motherfuckers will try to curve a narrative to make it sound like something. And when the cop showed up in the body camera, she's chasing the bitch. She ain't running from nobody. She's the aggressor with the knife in her hand, and she about to filet mignon the bitch. And so that's why I say niggas trying to look. I'm gonna put this picture. I don't know if you can see it, and I'll make it a little bit bigger on the screen here. But
you putting it on the actual on the YouTube screen?
Yes, on the YouTube screen. So you may
okay.
If you play the video and you put it in super slow motion, you can literally see the moment that the bullet hits her where the knife is right there. Yeah.
And so,
I mean, I'm on the side of if niggas do dumb shit, then I mean they whatever is coming to them, and by niggas I don't mean black people. I mean that's for everybody. But I mean, you out here doing heinous shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the girl still didn't have to be killed. She could have got shot in the leg. Like one thing, this is what I'm gonna say. It's still bad policing because niggas is dying on your watch. So
I think you got to check this one out. I think you really got just to have full context with this one. You got to look and see how everything that's taking place all, because it's not like it's just her and one chick and he had time. Like he pulls up to the scene as a dude, allegedly her daddy. He kicking a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, that's when the pistol gets drawn when he's when he's kicking the bitch, and then you see the daughter come chasing this bitch in the pink between the cars, like. And then push her up against the car looking like a grown ass. This is not a little 16-year-old. This bitch looking like a whole grown ass bitch. And you see the knife. Like, you don't got time to make a mistake in that situation because she about to gut this up. So it's either going to be one body or two bodies. You know what I'm saying? So I think, in my personal opinion, he did.
Yeah, the girl leg, the way the girl leg looked cocked on the motherfucking in the pink, like nigga, she's scared of the motherfucker. Yeah. I mean. Yeah, she's scared to the bitch. Yeah, I mean,
this bitch handling her with one hand about to gut her with the other. Shit, it's it was gonna get real ugly. I think if he didn't react the way.
I mean, these little kids, man. I mean, these little motherfuckers, man. I mean, these motherfuckers, bro. They be on some, they be on some shit nowadays, bro. These little kids, bro. I hate to say, like, and some of these motherfuckers got to get murked. So they can let it be known that because motherfuckers out here around our age or more, hell, even their age, ain't playing no games, man. They're not playing no games, bro. Like at the end of the day, man, when fighting days and all of that shit is over with. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. We the last of the Mohicans when it come to we the last of the Mohicans. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we'll still get out there if a nigga want to get tested. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, he can get this knuckle sandwich, a nigga served extra with extra gravy, nigga, from the street. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm not finna sit here and just judge the girl. I mean, what is there to really judge?
She looked like a linebacker.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's fucking dead. A cop made a decision and killed this girl. Now in the video, or they showing like, is she coming at the cop with the knife, or is she still on the girl when she gets shot?
She at the girl when she gets shot. Like I say, this.
Well, she didn't deserve to be killed. She could have been. They could have wounded her in the leg, bro, and then took her down, hog tied her ass, and threw her in the back seat, and then booked her. You see, I'm not gonna fully absolve the cops, even though he did do his job. At the end of the day, the nigga did a shitty job at the same time, because you can look at her, nigga, for getting gunned down for stupidity. She didn't deserve to lose her life, and he deserved to assess the situation far better than what he did. But because, they're going to spin this and the way that they're going to make this shit out, this ain't going to be like no Derek Chauvin case. If he gets tried, if he happens to get tried, you can best believe his, what's that shit? That shit when they be donating money, that GoFundMe, I can guarantee you that shit raging right now. I guarantee you GoFundMe up for that nigga already, and it's probably well over 50,000, if we choose to look at it. But when it comes to law enforcement killing black people, bro, we know what's up. I mean, he shouldn't have did it. I mean, he could have shot the bitch in the pinky toe, or shoot her in the shin or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wink.
Shoot a waist down. You know what I'm saying?
I think, like, say, if he'd have done anything other than what he did, you still got two. You got two casualties, or at least two victims in this situation. I think if he would have hit it,
Right,
he
yeah.
still would have judged that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think he did in that situation. Like I said, with everything that was going on, the way he pulled up, like I said, you pull up to the scene and in 2 to 3 seconds, like I said, you got a grown ass man over here kicking a girl in the head, and then another bitch coming around the corner chasing the bitch with a knife. Your decision making is you got very little time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not following.
True, but if you practice to shoot every day and the motherfucker coming there with you with a knife, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Yeah. So at the end of the day, if she would have been in a situation to where she would have saw that fucking cop showed up, and then she would have seen the cops and seen how serious they are, especially with how they all that put the gun down shit. Come on, bro. Like you are what you are. You are what you are. The cop is what he is. You already know that motherfuckers are scary with that badge on. Don't make any brash decisions, because sudden movements and just voice infliction is enough for these motherfuckers to execute you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame that so many of our people got to be in a position to take extra precaution when it comes to these fucking cops. You know what I'm saying? Because because we ain't just gonna put the onus on just white cops. Because nigga, black cops out here is rough. Like, you know, they just don't get talked about enough. But motherfuckers, we know about them motherfuckers too. Cops reek. Period. It don't matter their skin type, nigga. If they Asian cops, white cops, black cops, Mexican cops, nigga, they all horrible. Cops is cops. You know what I'm saying? But it's a situation, man, where, you know, so much, this shit is happening so much that, like, you know, some people are going to get penalized for doing their job, and some people are going to get penalized for not doing their job the correct way. And, you know, the social justice warriors and all these motherfuckers gonna be on high alert now. You know, you already got motherfuckers out here buying mansions, you know, and they fucking messenger for avoid black. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers is already capitalizing off of young kids' deaths and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, as far as like these organizations are concerned, I really think it's up to the families to be able to make sure that their children are represented right, in the right light, and be able to shed on, you know, because at the end of the day, she's the fucking child. But at the end of the day, if she out here and she acting grown and she want to make a grown woman decision, then she got to live with the consequences too, which I hate to say it. She sees, you know, well, she can't see shit now, which is, you know, I don't want to make it sound like real fucked up, but at the end of the girl ain't seeing no life no more. And then, you know, and it's a sad situation that, you know, all these people got to come out and speak on her behalf just so she don't get portrayed, you know, as another thing. But then again, one action does not necessarily define you. But at the end of the day, we know how our people finna get ran through the fucking mud when it comes through this. If you showing any aggression, if you doing anything, it's gonna be that's who the fuck you are. It ain't no multi-layers when it comes to niggas. You don't get to be the one way you want that everybody else with you. It's the way that I'm willing to portray you. And at the end of the day, you know, that girl went out, and it's a shame to say she didn't do herself no favors in this situation and sullied her own name. And it's fucked up. She should be dead, but she shouldn't have contributed to her own situation either. And that's how I'm gonna leave it.
Well, I think ultimately that's what happens. Like I say, when you put a person in a tough position to make a tough decision, well, no matter what happens, you know, it's gonna be a bad outcome. Because like I say, even if he does say shoot her, and he aimed for the leg and he missed. Well, you got, like I said, you got
and just Susie, no, I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. I'm dead ass serious. So, I mean, because we keep it a buck on this show. So, I don't know what you're used to, but you can just know that the person speaking right now is dead ass serious with what he just said.
Yo, T'Challa's out of line.
I'm just gonna interject with something. Let me read his comments. Hold on.
Heidi.
That's the thing.
Heidi. Oh.
If the cops
So
pull
here's the
up in a
thing.
grizzly
Now,
bear
I think the cop
attacking
was
my
fucked either
daughter,
way. He could have hesitated, and that girl got stabbed, and maybe she got hit in her lung or her heart or wherever that girl was aiming for.
Exactly.
And he had been, well, at least in the eyes of the media, who apparently runs this country in a sense, he'd been responsible. Like, why did this cop? He let that black girl die. And then the other way, which was the way it happened, he took action and aimed and shot the young girl holding a knife. And he, in a way, he's fucked for that too, quite honestly. So at this point, there's need to be certain area codes and certain zip codes that cops just shouldn't go to. It's like, look, man. Look, I turn my radio off. They say, "Oh, we have 211 in progress." That click. Yep.
I feel like
what's the point? You're fucking either way, so don't bother.
This is what I hate, to add on to what you're saying. This is what I hate about cops and the way that they patrol shit. Why the fuck would you put cops who are not in that are not from a specific environment? If you grew up in the suburbs, why aren't you patrolling the suburbs? If you're from the hood, you should be patrolling the hood. I see no reason why you should not be governing an area that you're not even privy to. And if you're already scary by nature, why are you in the business of protecting the public? That's what I don't like. I don't like that.
But do you think you got enough people from those areas that are signing up to be law enforcement?
Of course. It's dudes from the hood all the time who join up to be police officers, and they don't just have to be black either. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like no person outside of their own community should be governing or patrolling that community. If you know nothing about the inner city and the way this shit goes, why are you patrolling the inner city? So you can get your rocks off? Because it looks as if they just pick dudes, they get all these motherfuckers who shooting. You know, they trigger happy, they wives and shit is cheating on them, they having a bad day, they come in to work, and not that they necessarily like, it's kill a nigga today. You know, it's not necessarily that, but it looks that way. And it looks that way on purpose. And in too many of these situations, at least for what's being advertised on the news, because we got a lot of fear mongers out here who love to keep the narrative going of what goes on, but it's only news to everybody else, not anybody in the black community, because the only difference is now is that the deaths are in high definition now. That's the only difference. The only difference is that now you got motherfuckers who holding the camera who are not willing to help aid the situation and just allow motherfuckers to be stupid for no reason.
You see, here's where I think that becomes an issue. Because say you have, let's be honest, majority of cops ain't from the hood, right? So then you're going to have a disproportionate level of policing because you have a few cops who is from the hood having to handle all the shit that's going on in the hood versus having, all the cops that are from more suburban areas, they just stay in them areas being where, the crime isn't as rampant. So you got people who don't need as much protection and getting more protection.
I mean, it's a good question. It's a good question, but and it can be looked at in a serious amount of ways, but I think you can understand the mentality of the individual and the set of circumstances because you come from the same circumstances. And I already shitted on black cops. You know what I'm saying? Because black cops ain't, black cops feel like they, it's just like Q said and fucking fuck the police. You know what I'm saying? They got to show out for the white cops sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they got something to prove. They feel like, well, hey, they got that little inferiority complex and all that bullshit going on. And they feel like, well, hey, there's plenty of motherfuckers walking around hating their own people who willing to do the same dirt and get dirtier than the motherfuckers who they portraying on the news killing black people in uniforms. So it ain't no win-win situation. I would just prefer
if it were to be, because you're gonna have assholes governing, in badges at all times. You're not gonna ever be able to stop that. They don't screen these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers don't have no psychological profiles. They not in therapy. They got PTSD. They got all kind of bullshit going on top of the shit that they have to deal with in their home life. And then they get to walk around with a gun and a badge and get viewed by everybody who's on the fucking newscast, any president, any senator, any governor, and be looked at as the hero because they do a dangerous job. And it's fucked up. I mean,
think that day's over, bro.
Fucked up.
That day's over.
Mm-hmm. Now, like I say, it's gonna get real interesting. But this is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna hit the 2-hour mark. So y'all know how we do. We're gonna slide into the after party in the Discord. So if y'all want to keep the conversation going, put the link in the chat for those of you who are not in there. Get in there while you can. See, I said black people always talking about the police don't call. Man, look, I agree. That's what happens though. Like that's the problem. Like when we say don't do this and don't do that, you still got a lot of old folks living in them areas, dog, who want that assistance. But now you got cops talking about, okay, well if they don't want us here, there, or whatever, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna go this area. The person who loses in that situation is the older people, the older ladies. It be the goofy females who think that they can fight men. Well, the cops ain't coming if you know what I'm saying, Ray beating your ass.
Black people always talking about the police. Don't call then.
You know what I'm saying? Not our Ray. Ray wouldn't beat you. We love Ray. But I'm just saying. So it's like I say, there's certain situations. Like I think there's a lot that can there be some reform? Can there be? I mean, it's a lot, but I think it's such a complex issue. Like we'd have to start from a whole new foundation. But this idea about though that certain people talking about we're gonna get rid of cops and we're gonna put out social workers. Y'all supposed to big dope, nigga. Really, social workers? All right, yeah. Get the numbers up. But here's the deal. Like I say, it's time we hit the 12 mark. I want to thank all the gentlemen currently in the Zoom. We shout out to Dan the Man, shout out to John, shout out to Wink. But we're going to slide up in the Discord for those of you who want to keep it going. Y'all want to chop at the info directly. Like I said, we all pop in the voice chat. If you an ear hustler like Broderick, you can comment on what everybody else is talking about from the text chat while you listening to the voice chat, not contributing anything to the conversation. But like I say, if you not in there, hit that shit, join that shit. It's the livest shit going. Trust me, it's like all day then. Well, whenever people are in there. Other than that, just a lot of memes, a lot. We're finna get ready to slide out of here. And y'all again, like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if y'all new to this. And I'm just gonna hit the stop button while on the stream. And I'm gonna talk to these gentlemen for a couple of minutes, and I'll catch y'all in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, I'm gonna put the link in here one more time, so no excuses. It's got a limited amount of uses, so you better get in there quick. If you miss out, that's on you. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Friday, 8 p.m. is going down. Make sure y'all in here.